Hi guys, it's been a while. There's a reason, there always is. I'm gonna take the time to sit down today. I'm actually gonna talk to you guys about my hair because I have an update about that. That's neither here nor there. What I wanted to say was I've been MIA. I've been reading all the comments and replying as much as I can to you guys. I appreciate the support so much. You have no idea. You'll understand why. But I haven't posted a video in a little while, so bear with me. All the explanations are coming. It's going to be cut up with a bunch of footage from different parts of the last 2 weeks, but grab a coffee or a dandy blend or a tea or anything and sit down, put some headphones in and listen to this because it's going to be interesting. So my break is almost done. I didn't sleep. I'm unable to sleep. I honestly don't know what I'm doing here. Like, I legit am seriously thinking about quitting. So, this is the bed. It's literally a mattress from the ER on a table. And that's what we sleep on. We disinfect it and we sleep like right on the plastic. That's the reality right now. So I'm in my bed. It's night 1,000,000 of working. I'm so tired. I have not successfully slept yet a day. So every night that I do, it's getting harder and harder. I made a salad for supper and I didn't eat it. I took like 2 bites and it felt like I ate a log. I couldn't finish it, so I put it away. I'll bring it tonight. Tonight's actually my last night, so that's a positive thing. But that's what these types of journeys are. You have like highs and then you have like sequences of time where everything kind of sucks and it feels like nothing's moving forward. And you kind of start having ideas of like, why am I doing this? Is there a point? Oh, that's the first time I've yawned. I should go to bed now. I'm all done my nights, guys. I survived. So I'm on my way home now. Gonna try sleeping a bit. Should be interesting because I'm taking you through all kinds of different stuff through multiple days. What my weight's looking like, how my period's going this month, the fluctuation of everything, how my nights went, what is it exactly that I do at the hospital, why am I wearing regular clothes if I work in a hospital. There it is. Bye-bye, hospital. See you later. Okay, so I'm done my nights now. So my next gift from the world is to start my period. So what I've decided to do is I'm gonna weigh myself every day, every morning, to show you how crazy the weight fluctuation is and why it's so important to not only focus on that. But for breakfast, I'm having vegetables, a medley of vegetables that are already cooked that I steamed yesterday, and I'm having some oatmeal that I made prior to feeling like I'm having my uterus attacked by a swarm of T-Rexes. So this is my plate, half veggies and oatmeal. I'm gonna heat that up. About the oatmeal I made, just a tip. When I make it, what I actually do is I'll stick half of a frozen banana in the water before I put the oats in, because steel cut oats, you boil your water first and then drop the oats in. So I actually boil a frozen banana in the water, which gets it really soft and mushy. Then I put the oats in and cook it, and it just kind of mushes all together. So that sweetens it plenty. Then I add a little bit of vanilla extract. And in here I added a teeny bit of maple syrup. But the veggies I'm just having like that. So that's like my first meal of today. So this is just the lunch I made. I tossed around some potatoes to bake, and then I made a salad with vegetables I had prepped previously. So I had mushrooms, peppers, onions, baby tomatoes, and some cucumber These are my potatoes that I'm roasting at a really high heat. While that's roasting, I make my salad with any weird salad I find at the grocery store. The mushrooms are already cut, the peppers and onions that are mixed together and prepped, and then the little baby cherry tomatoes. And I use that super finely serrated knife to cut through them so that they don't all like crush themselves. And so like you'll see it's a fairly large salad. I don't actually usually eat the whole thing, but I do prepare a huge bowl, like a bowl the size for a family, and whatever I don't eat I put back in the fridge and I eat later. That way as soon as I'm hungry I know straight like what to go for. So that's like half a cucumber. I actually could like have like a whole cucumber a day almost. So I cut all that up and then put that in my salad and mixed in a dressing I will speak to you about later. That was my lunch. I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, so for the like sit down portion of this update where I'm just gonna like talk to you guys, I know it's not like the most interesting type of video, but I'm still 100% a beginner. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to edit these things. I don't know how to vlog. Like, it seems simple when you watch the people do it, walking everywhere, doing all their stuff with their camera, but like it's not that obvious. And the portion when I'm at work, I thought I would be more like able to film stuff. It's really not conducive with filming right now, even if I do work nights. So that's why everything is all, but it gives you, like, this has been filmed over the past like at least 2 weeks, if not 3, gathering footage of different things, weight, what I'm eating, like stuff that's going on, how I'm feeling, and like, I'm just gonna put it all here and lay it out for you guys. The garbage truck is coming, so that's gonna be super noisy. Because like, oh, and my mailman's here. Hang on a sec. Okay, take 2. So I'm gonna just try, and this is an update about the weight, the starch solution, how it's going. I legit like have confessions to make. I have like things that I've done that are not good that I'm gonna tell you don't do it, because I know there's some of you that are like have started basically at around the same time as me, or who started shortly after me. So like, see it like in red, don't do what I did type of a thing, because I wouldn't know how to edit that onto the screen. So just like imagine it, okay? It's on you how stuff goes in your vicinity. It's what you put out there is what's gonna come back to you. So if you're putting out like a crappy attitude and negative vibes, and then you're wondering why, oh, everything always happens to me, and it's always me the one that gets sick, or it's always me the one that, well, it's because that's what you're putting out, right? And I personally have a tendency sometimes to get real dark and negative when I'm not feeling well. And when I do get into those types of headspaces, I have a tendency to like clam up, and I'll literally disappear off the face of the earth. And if you see me disappear, it's because something's up. So I had my 3-month marker date, update, time, however you want to call it. It was my 3-month anniversary. Is it an anniversary? Is changing the way you eat an anniversary? I don't know. Anyway, I've been vegan for 3 months as of March 28th. I don't know if you know, but like we're almost mid-April. It's my birthday tomorrow, by the way. That's like a side note, it has nothing to do with anything. But yeah, it's my birthday, and I was upset about the fact that I didn't hit the goal weight that I wanted to hit by the time I was 40, and I'm actually turning 41, so that's another one of the reasons why I was like so negative and down on myself. But anyway, the 3-month update of me going vegan, me finding the starch solution, me changing everything in my life. And oddly enough, this journey started having to do with keto screwing up my hair and my nails and my skin and my hormones and all kinds of different things. And 3 months into any major lifestyle change is when you will see effects. I'm not going to say improvements just changes. It's at the 3-month marker. Your body has had plenty of time to like absorb the change, adapt to it. Now's when you start seeing things. So within days of the 3-month marker for me of going vegan, my hair just started falling out like clumps of it. Every time I take a shower, there'd be like a thing in the shower drain, and I brush it and hair is just coming out and coming out. I actually cut it yesterday. I cut like this much off the bottom because it was scrangly and thin. It didn't even look like hair, it looked like feathers. Anyway, I'm still waiting for that product that I ordered from Australia, but I mean, I'm not shocked because obviously it's not going to get here quick. But whatever, that'll be an update for, I'll do like a separate about the hair and this other stuff. I want this to focus on the starch solution and how it's going after 3 months because I feel like it's important. My first month was great. My second month was amazing. I felt great. It was positive. It was going good. The recipes were fine. I wasn't sick of anything. I was like going all full force with the like no coffee and all these things. And to be 100% honest, the 3rd month is when everything just kind of slowly started crumbling. And it made me question whether or not I prepared my foundation properly for it to crumble so quickly. And by so quickly, I mean here and there. Every like meal, there would be like one little thing where I'd be like, I know I'm not supposed to, but it's just one. For example, my husband had like those packets you buy of Asian noodles. I'll include a photo. He would like boil the noodles and have them like as a soup or whatever. Well, the little packet of sauce that comes with it has oil in it, has sesame oil in it. And I was like, oh, it's just such a small packet. The noodles are fine. They were just wheat or whatever. And I had a ton of vegetables with it. But see, that's like a little tiny compromise that I made. I ingested that oil. And then later on, there was like, my kids had like treats. They were having chocolate or whatever. And I was like, oh, one little tiny chocolate isn't gonna. And so I'd have a chocolate under the false pretense that, oh, I have my period, I'm feeling hormonal, one little chocolate isn't going to change anything. And then after that, I'd have like my oatmeal in the morning, but I wouldn't have the vegetables next to it because I'd be like, oh, I'm just really hungry, I just need to eat something now and I'll do the veggies later. And like as it would work out, by the time it was lunch, I'd have like potatoes with a salad and I would never have had the veggies. So anyway, long story short, I ended up ingesting more carbs and less veggies, and adding sauces and things like vegan mayo, which is, oh, it's vegan, but it's not starch solution approved. It's certainly not maximum weight loss approved. Anyway, and everything just kind of started, I started rationalizing. I bought veggie straws that are those chip straws. Those aren't okay either. Like, I was just doing a bunch of little tiny increments of things you're not supposed to do all together. What ended up happening combined with my period is what ended up like skyrocketing my weight back up. So here's like a pic. So you'll see the different weights and you'll see like it slowly going up every day or so to the point where like at the end of the week of my period, I was almost back up to 170. Like, and I was almost at 160, like to begin, like that's so discouraging. So then it got in my head. Do you see how this wheel goes? It went from one little thing, oh, no big deal. Obviously I'm gonna put on a few pounds, it's no big deal. Oh, it's just my period, I'm just bloated, no big deal. And then you get to the point where, okay, I'm done my period now, I'm not bloated anymore. And now I'm legit afraid to eat potatoes because I'm like, what if like this is all like not working anymore and I'm just gonna keep getting fatter and fatter and fatter. So here's my plan. I start my nights again tonight. Yay, isn't that nice to celebrate your birthday by going into work? I wasn't going to celebrate it anyway because what's the point? It's just a number. But anyway, I'm turning 41. I'm starting my nights. I have no desire to talk about how disgusting the environment at work is, aside from the COVID and aside from the fact that mental health is no joke. The people I work with are like legit no joke. Like just mean, mean-spirited. And like I've been back for a little while now and I've heard a few things here and there from other people. So like I know that this particular nurse, she's going through stuff and it's like it's serious stuff. It's health issues, it's sad, it's whatever. but it still, for me, doesn't justify the way she's treating me. She wasn't really there when I left, so she doesn't know me that well. She knows me a little bit. And I literally came back saying, guys, I'm so happy to be here. I'm aware that I've been off for a year and you guys have been going through hell, but like I'm here to like back you guys up, and I'm gonna help you. And if you need like a longer break, I'm happy to give you my break, and I'll do your tasks for you while you rest. Or like I really wanted like the team to work together, to be happy that I'm here. Like I wanted to show that I'm like a team player and I'm just like a positive person and I want things to go well, even though we work in an environment where it's so hard. And that is so not what happened. So that hit me hard too. So you've got your hormonal stuff, you've got your rationalizing because you think you're good because your weight's going down, so you're like, I can cheat, I can do this, I can have that. And then you got your psychological, like emotional stuff. All of those things together combined were like the perfect storm for my weight to just go right back up. Because I don't want to say that it's just emotional, like I gained weight because emotional, because it's weight. It's weight, it's physical weight. It's either water because I've been having too much salt, because yeah, I started having here and there like no salt, or like soy sauce on stuff, like that's salty. So if you go from where I was like, okay, here's the thing, I'm all in overnight cold turkey type of person. That's good to a certain extent, but that can be your biggest downfall in another way if you're so strict that then when you're just normal, everything crashes. Let me explain. I was so strict with the salt and the oil and the fat and all these things, like more strict than, like ridiculous, like eating and being like, ugh, it tastes terrible, just because like I gotta get the food down, not even enjoying the food, which is what they tell you not to do. Don't get to the point where like you're not even enjoying your food anymore, because it's not a good idea. But that's what I was doing. So then the one time that I like add a little bit of seasoning that has like garlic salt or something in it, well, I'm gonna retain water, right? And then if I start doing that all the time, and whoops, a little bit of vegan mayo here, because what happened was I found this Big Mac sauce recipe, which is basically all your condiments that you would put like in a hamburger, like relish, ketchup, mustard, vegan mayo, and then a little bit of like garlic powder, onion powder, paprika or whatever, just like a few spices, and you mix that all together, and that sauce is like crack. Like don't even make that because it's so good. And my kids were like, oh, make us a jar. So I actually took an old jar of mayo, just regular mayo for them, and like there was like this much mayo left in it, and I added like just ketchup and then mustard and then relish, mixed it all together. And now when they have like hot dogs or hamburgers, it's like one jar to take out instead of all the condiments on the counter, you know. So anyway, that sauce is easy to fall into, and there's a lot of other little like sauces and things to give flavor to the food that are traps. And if you've been going so hard, so strict, and then you fall into like the regular traps where that's acceptable if you're just doing starch solution, well then obviously your weight's gonna go up, right? Anyway, here's my plan. This is my plan. I'm starting my nights. I've read up on these Mary's mini things. Everyone's laughing at me saying, are you doing a micro Mary? Are you doing a miniature mini, whatever, the thing where you pick one starch and one veggie and you eat that for like 10 days. I'm not gonna do 10 days, don't worry. If I can do my set of work, which is like I have 4 nights scheduled now, if I can go during that whole time, all I'm gonna have is baked potatoes and steamed broccoli. That's like what I picked, because I can like buy frozen broccoli and have it and not have to worry about like groceries and stuff. But I'm gonna try and do that for this whole next set. And my weight is that weight that you saw, 169. I'm gonna round it down to 170 because that's how I am. So I would like to imagine that I could get back down to like my 162 fairly quickly. That's the challenge I'm throwing myself for my cycle of work that I'm starting now, because I need something. I need like a goal to keep me busy because work is so not cool. If you guys are interested in hearing about like what exactly it is that I do, I mentioned that I could talk about it, but I don't want this video to be too long. So if you're interested in that, I could definitely make it a tiny video and talk about that, because it's interesting, it's different. It's not It's not what you would assume. I'm not a nurse. Hint, hint. So it's different. It's not what you think. I could talk about that some other time. But that's my goal for right now. I'm very sad that it hasn't gone well, but I am aware of the reasons why, and I fully accept the responsibility of that. It's on me. I'm the one who made these bad decisions. So it's on me to fix it. And like I've said, I'm not quitting. It's not going well, but I'm not quitting. Don't quit. The worst thing you can do is start these things and then quit. Let's do this together. Talk to me. Give me tips. Encourage me if you feel like it. I seriously couldn't even handle all this crap if I didn't have like comments to read from people telling me what their issue is and like how tall they are and what they weigh and like what they're doing and what's working and what isn't, and like it just feels nice to feel like there's other people doing the same thing. Like I'm here alone in my little bubble being like wah wah, it's so hard, but I'm not alone. Like there's all of you guys are doing it too, and that's all I need. And I'd be happy to like find you guys and go check out your stuff and send you like positive vibes, because that's all anyone really needs. And the garbage truck is coming again, so I'm gonna cut this off now, and I'm gonna be back fairly soon this time, because as soon as my nights are done at the beginning of next week, so by like mid next week, say like April 15th or something, I should be back with like my verdict on the Mary's Mini. Honestly, if you don't know what it is, look it up. It's interesting. It's supposed to jumpstart weight loss. So that's gonna be that for today. I hope you guys can forgive me for my absence, and you guys can still keep following me, because I'm in this for good, okay? So anywho, that's what this is. That's my plan. Full disclosure, I tried to do a Mary's Mini when I started my period because I figured it'll help, you know, and I blew it completely. Like the first day I wasn't even able to. So I've been preparing myself mentally, and I'm gonna prep my food, like no fail. And the fact that I'll be like working and sleeping and isolating in my bedroom is gonna help. So I'm gonna keep you guys updated on that very shortly. I'm sorry for the long absence. I hope this video made a little bit of sense. And I'll be back soon to give you guys an update. Love you.